Well, we welcome everyone back, and this is Shop Talk presented by Ace Hardware of State College, and here we are, joined on the set. Jay Paterno's here, Sue Paterno's here. Why? Because we're going to talk about the cruise of a lifetime. It's the Happy Valley Charter Cruise. Now, Sue says I have to go to Jay first on this because this is really, how did the idea come about to do this?
Well, I hate to give Ohio State credit for anything, but Ohio State's been doing a Buckeye Cruise for 10, 12 years, and they raise a lot of money for their cancer center.
Right.
So having seen the videos and having seen how much fun these Ohio State people have on this cruise, and the whole boat is Ohio State people, some people, Ted Brown, one of our trustees, said, hey, we ought to do something like that at Penn State with Penn Staters and former players like Ohio State does. So you have to give them credit, but we're going to surpass them. We may not surpass them year one, but we're going to surpass them. So the idea is really to have a bunch of Penn State people for a cause, and the cause we identified was Special Olympics Pennsylvania.
So obviously you've done so much with Special Olympics over the years. How important has it been to come up with different ideas to make sure that you're raising the funds, because obviously you're not going to get federal or state funds to take care of it?
Well, it's the most important thing is for us to raise the money for the athletes because they do not pay for anything. So we have to find new and better ways all the time. We have a lot of polar plunges, and we have the Beaver Stadium run, but that's not going to cover it enough. And we, Jake Corman helped us get some money from the state, which has been a godsend. Now, unless we have someone walk in with, $10 million, we're going to have to keep working hard to raise money. So we are doing to the cruise, and it is going to be fun. It's going to be a fun way to raise money. 4 of us did a pre-cruise. Ted Brown, the trustee, our development director from Special Olympics, and the travel agent and I. The food was outstanding. The boat was unreal. I kept thinking I was in a world-class hotel because the boat wasn't going ooh, ooh.
Right.
It was just really lots of fun. And the people on the boat were great, and everybody sort of mingled. Now, if we have all Penn Staters on that boat, that makes it a wonderful experience.
Oh, there's no question about that. And the other part that we talk about the innovative ways of doing it, but once the, quote, competition starts, you just were at Villanova. What's the spark that you see in the athletes, but also what's the spark you see in the families around the athletes?
It's a labor of love on the coach's part, and it's just well, I'll put it this way. I was driving to Villanova. I stopped at the last rest stop on the turnpike. Adams County was there, Franklin was there. Hi, what are we doing tonight? And I said, when we were all leaving, I said, I'll see you tonight. They all know each other, and there is a bond through the whole Special Olympics community and with the people who work with them. And it's a magical time for everybody. I can't explain the high. They're the most caring people in the world because you have been at our closing ceremonies, so you know how wonderful they are and what a good time they have.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we have a good time.
Oh, and we do have a good time, always. Just to everyone see the information quickly, and then we'll revisit this in terms of how to get involved with this. It's Sail to the Bahamas on Royal Caribbean, 800-242-8076, or visit www.happyvalleycruise.com. Jay, how about the process of getting a hold of the former football players and the response that you were able to get from that?
Well, some of them started to get wind of it, and they called and said, hey, you didn't call me yet. I said, okay, we'll go. But you got Franco Harris, who is not a fan of boats and going seaborne. He's going to overcome his seasickness potentially. He's going to do it. Michael Robinson, Jeff Hardings, Marco Rivera. I know I'm forgetting somebody. Blair Thomas, Brandon Short. I mean, there's some just great people that are going to be on this thing. And you know what's great about it is if you're a fan of Penn State football, you're going to get to go on and spend time with these guys. You're going to get to talk about some of those games you remember. But they've all wanted to be part of this, and they all understand that football has always been special at Penn State because it's been a means to an end, and that end is to do far more than just win games. And these guys, all of them are examples of that idea that was such a part of this place and still is.
And by the way,
You
Russ
forgot
Rose.
Russ Rose.
I forgot Russ Rose.
How could you forget Russ?
Okay, forget it. Russ Rose will be the most fun guy on the cruise. He'll be the one with the scotch and the cigars. So if anybody needs a cigar, there's your guy.
Here's a chance from March 4th to the 8th to spend time with Russ Rose.
Exactly.
And we're going to have a Dancing with the Stars competition. Yeah, we haven't picked any dancers, But I picked the 3 judges because I thought I'd take 3 people without filters.
Okay.
And one is Russ Rose,
Okay.
one is Dana Harris,
Uh-oh.
and one is Scott Paterno.
Oh.
They were all
So
they,
3 for 3 on that one. Wow.
So we're going to, you know.
We got to get Scott on set to talk about that.
It's only an hour show, Joe.
I know.
That's why I want those 3. They will not be lost for words. I mean, Dana might say, well, your lipstick was on crooked, so we took off points for that, or whatever.
Have you been heartened by the response so far?
I have. Well, the first thing I think about the whole thing, having been on the boat for 3 days, this is a 4-day cruise,
Right.
was what a blast, what a beautiful ship, what great food, and the people were all so wonderful, and we had a super time. So I thought, now make all these people Penn Staters for a cause that's so dear to my heart. I am ecstatic.
Okay, how heartening about the fact that it's so many different eras that decided to say they wanted to be a part of the cruise, of players that were here. I mean, so
That-
many different eras.
Yeah. Well, they're smart. Penn
Yeah, of
State
course.
players are
Yeah.
always smart, so they're picked the right times.
Yeah. No, that's what gets me. 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. All these different eras said, yeah, we'll go. We want to be there. I think that's really great that when something like that happens.
And we wanted the blue band to come, but Rich Bundy, well, Dick Bundy,
Yeah.
she had knee surgery, but he said, put me on the list for next year.
Oh, that's
So
great.
we've invited blue band members to come back, bring their own instruments, and they'll play.
Yeah.
And the ship has on the main, I don't know the names of the decks and all that, but there's 3 large pools. And then there are big screens everywhere. So we're going to show films from the different eras.
Oh, great.
The 84, help me, 94,
94, it's the 20s.
94, 86, 82,
Yeah.
whatever.
And probably as important as that is we're going to be showing Penn State basketball's run in the Big Ten tournament to the NCAA tournament.
Yes, somebody will be in Chicago for that
Yes.
during this cruise. All
Otherwise,
right.
we would have had you come.
Absolutely, I would love to. One more time, let's just take a quick look how you can get more information about this. Benefits Special Olympics Pennsylvania, sail the Bahamas on Royal Caribbean, call 1-800-242-8076 or visit www.happyvalleycruise.com. Sue, thanks so much. Appreciate you.
Well, thank you. Anything you can do for Special Olympics,
Anytime.
it's magic.
Anytime. I'm still stuck with you for the rest of the show.
Okay. I'm going.
We'll come back with more after this.